Hey guys, we're going to do a quick unboxing of the Sorin versus Tibalt Duel decks. I know it came out last weekend, but I didn't really have any time to go check it out. So I'll just throw the video up now. I'm a big fan of Sorin as far as lore goes and everything else. Tibalt, not so much. I don't even really know what his story is. Anyways, let's see what we've got here. So you've got the usual, you got a deck box for each one. So you got a Sorin deck box, you got a Tibalt deck box. Pretty much just use them for all the cards that I'll never use from these dual decks. And I grabbed mine for $20 at my local comic book store. Of course, it comes with your instructions and all this other stuff. Basically all the stuff that none of you care about. Put this to the side. And we'll start off with the Tibalt deck. So, as usual, you get an alternate art Planeswalker. So you have an alternate art Tibalt. I'm sure everyone already knows what he does. Let's get this deck open. Okay, so Goblin Arsonist. There's a lot of. I'm sure this isn't that bad. Resemblant Skeleton. Ashmouth on. Okay, so you got two Hellspark Elementals here. Bithian Stinger. Two of those. One Shambling Remain. Okay, so you got yourself a Lavaborn Muse. You can play this in EDH if you want, I'd say. If you're running a mono red deck or something. The deck comes with a Hellrider, which has still seen some playing standard. I'm not sure on the exact price of it right now, but I think it's up there. Probably around $10 or so, I'm not sure. Corpse Connoisseur. Definitely playable in EDH. I've seen him being played in some Mimeoplasm decks for sure. Anything that you want creatures into your graveyard, he's pretty solid. Gang of Devils. Bump in the Night. Blazing Salvo. I really enjoyed this set of cards from Odyssey and Judgment, the ones that gave you an option. Do this or take this much damage. I enjoyed them a lot. Got Faithless Luthen here. That's playable in EDH as well. Recoup can be pretty solid. Terminate's definitely an EDH playable card. I know it's a 1-for-1, but it just destroys any creature and it can't be regenerated, which is pretty solid. And this is yet another alternate Browbeat. One of my favorite cards. And it comes with two of those. Breaking Point is a card that I've played a lot. And it's 3 mana Wrath unless someone takes 6 damage. And we have Sulfuric Vortex here as well. This card sees some play in mono red in Legacy. Mainly in the sideboard, but it's a pretty solid card. I'm not sure on the exact pricing of this card right now either. And again, this card is definitely playable in EDH in a kind of mono red suicide deck or something, or red black, where you want to prevent life gain. Flame Javelin. Torrent of Souls. This is EDH playable as well. And so is Devil's Play. We got Akum Refuge and Rakdos Carnarium. Both cards that are EDH playable, I'd say. And we got ourselves some basic mountains, some basic swamps, and of course a spirit token. Not bad. There's a few money cards in there, definitely. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the Sorin deck. Get an alternate art Sorin. I will say this, definitely EDH playable card. I played in my Kalia deck, and I think it fits right into a Gave token deck. Just perfectly fits into it. Let's open this up and see what we have here. Okay, so Doom Traveler, you know, it's seen some plain standard. It's a common, it doesn't really matter. And this happens sometimes. So what happened here is that they gave me the cards from the Tibalt deck in my Sorin deck. This happened to me before when I bought the Golgari dual deck. So there's no point going through this. It's the exact same cards as was in the Tibalt deck. I'm probably going to be sending this into Wizards so they can exchange it. In the meantime, I have a second box, so I'm just going to go through real quick and see if it's the same thing or not. Hopefully this one's correct and I can show you guys what's in the Sorin deck. Okay, so let's see what's in this one. Okay, this is better. So you have two Doom Travelers. Wall of Omens, or however you want to pronounce it, is definitely playable in EDH. It's also a card I play in Cube. Gatekeeper of Malakir, definitely playable. Twilight Drover can be put in the same deck, the same Gavi deck that I explained earlier with Sorin. Fiend Hunter and Vampire Nighthawk are cards that I play in EDH. Sengir Vampire if you're on a budget. Butcher of Malakir is definitely a EDH card. Zealous Persecution is it's seen some play in Modern right now, and it's in a black-white token deck. Same as Lingering Soul. Mortify is definitely an EDH playable card. It's very versatile. It's instant speed, destroy creature, or enchantment, and the new art's pretty solid. Spectral Procession finally gets a reprint. It's a pretty solid card as well. Unmake is also EDH playable. 3 mana instant, just exile a creature. And Ancient Craven, I think this is the first time it's been reprinted. And it's 4 mana, you draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life. Field of Souls, actually, let me read this. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token. Okay, so this card, it fits into the exact same deck, that Gave deck. I'll see how my Trostani deck is. Maybe I can fit this in there. And Death Grasp, it's also a reprint. 2 and X does X damage to target creature or player, you gain that much life. As far as the lands, you got your Evolving Wilds. You got your reprint of Tainted Field from Torment, I believe. 2 of those. Some basic swamps. Some basic plains, and another spirit token. Okay, so what happens when they mess up the dual decks like that, or any deck, is you can send them an email. They'll tell you to send the product out to them, and then they'll send you back the correct product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them the dual deck that's messed up. I'll have to actually send them the whole thing, the Sorin and the Tibalt parts of it, and then they should send me back a good copy. Anyways, that's Sorin versus Tibalt. Thanks for watching.